Sometimes I get asked about my process and how everything goes and works and kind of moves around. It's kind of funny because it's I don't know, it just kind of came into this case. The drips were simply just this kind of motion that felt right, this forward push, this thing that seemed like it needed to go. It needed to feel fluid, needed to feel special, go on and through and pass and always be going in this direction that it always needed to go. That there was no force pushing past it, just the force that needed to be going on with it. They started being read one day. They were just these. At first, they were these ink drawings that I was doing, and they didn't really have like a real purpose, and they were just kind of feeling like they were right to do. I'd been doing all these giant wood boards with these paintings on them, and they were very like surreal and kind of abstract. And although I love doing them, I'll probably eventually still do some more of them. It just didn't feel like it was everything I wanted it to be. So I started doing all these figures, just these face studies first, and then these figure studies, and then these gray and white studies, and textures, and everything just kind of became alive again. It didn't start with the same energy and passion that the others had started with. They were just these ones that I had done, and they were becoming so much more, and I luckily was around the right people. I feel like as artists, oftentimes you have to be around the right people to feel energized. If you're around people who make you feel bad about being an artist via shitty comments or just not taking it seriously, oftentimes it drains you. It pulls you away from what you're working on. You have to you have to be willing to take yourself seriously, but you also have to be willing to surround yourself with people who also take you seriously. The love of a good friend or even spouse or sibling or parent oftentimes will get you a long way, and just feeling comfortable with putting your art on the page. It's not even really about showing other people. It's so funny to hear people who don't understand the simple iconic aspect of just trying to make something and be something at the same time while trying not to be judged about it but putting it out into the public. So it's kind of an impossibility where you don't want to be judged but you want people to see your stuff and still feel comfortable making it. It'll drive you nuts cuz it's so silly and so funny at the same time. It's just crazy. But crazy is what you want, honestly. Crazy is a much happier perspective than I think a lot of it kind of comes out in. If you are lucky and willing to make something beautiful, then just do it. Just put your hand on the page, let it kind of fly through. Whatever it becomes, let it become that. And then when it's all done, look at it and go, I like this, I don't like this. If you don't like it, continue to work on it. And eventually all of it just starts to make sense.